Stick around. Episode 4. Slingshots and their makers up next. Dan Hood, a.k.a. Big DH2000. Yes! That was crazy. Oh, goodness. Hey, thanks for coming back and hanging out with us for another exciting episode of Slingshots and their makers. Episode 4. So we got Dan Hood, Big DH2000. He's up next on the table. So I met Dan and his family maybe 5 years ago at a Canton slingshot shoot in Georgia that he was hosting. A lot of fun, met a lot of great people, still friends with. But first time I'd really seen his work in person, and I absolutely loved it. Dan's such a great guy. He had this thing. You'd see probably a lot of women that would have this. They would hang in their closet behind their door or something, and it had pockets, and you would put your shoes in it. And that way you could walk up and like, oh, look at the shoes you want, instead of looking at them on the ground. Hey, where are my shoes? But Dan had slingshots in them, which was pretty freaking brilliant, because you could just walk up, pull a slingshot out. That's interesting, put it back. Well, I think this was the first one that I had gotten from him. Doesn't really matter, but I just thought this was crazy. It's like something from Jurassic Park, you know, maybe a mosquito trapped in this or something, you know. So that got me going on some crazy natties that Dan makes, and I've been a fan of some of his crazy natties, and he'll tell you that. So I'm not going to go in any kind of order. It's pointless. This one's really, really cool. The next one is this. This thing is so beautiful, and it just fits right in your hand. It's like a cushion of marshmallows made out of wood. And this one, manzanita or mesquite wood. Someone sent him a piece of this. This is crazy because the branch came out here, and you can see the different grains, the way they change. He knew I would want this. It feels awesome as well. Some kind of cactus someone sent him, and he filled it up. I forgot what he said. All kinds of crazy stuff. But anyway, he built one for a friend of ours. He had this one maybe on the giveaway or raffle table. And I saw what he had done with it when he filled it with all this. So that's a good project, because, hey, I'm at home. I got to have something to do. Might as well make a slingshot. So that's cool. Oh, can't forget about this one. I think he said Drew Bilbrey gave him this hickory. Look at that. I love those attachments. Wave going through the center of the forks. That's really cool. I really love that. Let's see. Oh, a Conus PFS made out of colored pencils. I mean, what else are you going to do with colored pencils laying around? I don't know, glue them together and make a slingshot? This is brilliant. Love that. And I'm pretty sure when I met him at his shoot, he had made 2 of these, called them Stay Strong. And his brother Jeremy was fighting or battling cancer, which he beat. Awesome. And he made these, and I think Jeremy has one, and I have one. It's really nice meeting his brother and his kids and stuff. Since we're in the silver, I sent Dan a really rough copy of this, the Silver Fang. Really rough. And then he came up with this. So do different things with it. Great job. And he also made this one. This is a Carl Weedhouse design, and unidentified slingshot object or something. It's really cool. And I think Dan just made one of these in brass, so you have to go check that out. Just plowing along here now, just having fun, dadgummit. Since we talked about Pepper Mac, Carl Weedhouse, This is another Carl Reedhouse design. Dan had this core and scaled it. You know the name of this. Bacaraka Maka Bacaraterium. Anyway, great job, Dan. That's really, really cool. Beautiful job. Now let's go to the HDPEs. Dan made this one and sent it to me. I really like this. I like the colors. He had these little ones maybe on a giveaway table, I'm not sure. But I liked them. I picked them up because I like to get things like this that I can give to other people and get them on their slingshot journey. But I've been really plinking with this one. So I might have to keep with that one. Let's see. A descender. So if anybody knows using ropes and stuff, this was on this end as well, but bigger. They cut it off. But Dan, this was an experiment he was doing. Put grooves in it, which is pretty cool. I saw. If you go to YouTube, all these, he documents everything really, really well. So there's a lot of information about all these that you see here. So get on out here. Let's get something else. Yeah, the last time I was hanging out with Dan, I think he was at the Alabama shoot last year, SEST. He had made this and he gave it to me because he knew that I could handle it and I would not shoot my eye out. But hey, it's a hidden weapon there, buddy. This is fun to shoot. All right. Oh, gotten this one from him. He's calling it the Stealth Shot. Mercada. I love this, and I wanted a companion PFS, the Stealth PFS. This. And I was like, well, since we're going in that theme, let's go ahead and get this one, a little plinker. Love these pins. This is a great feeling slingshot. All these are great feeling slingshots. And so this is a hatchet that you can get at Harbor Freight. Dan did not make this, but he whipped an edge and did his magical sanding. He's the sanding guru. But he gave us this to Sarah and I for our anniversary. That's the kind of guy he is, man. He's always just wanting to help and thinking about people and stuff like that. So this is really, really cool. Because when you get these at the store, they're really in bad shape. But not this one. This was an awesome one. Now, let's go back over here to one of my favorites that I shoot all the time. All the time I do. It's the Dragon Claw by Beanflip or Mike Muley. It's a great design. Mike, and this is Black Phenolic. Dan made, and I got this one from Dan at Noah Ray's shoot in Georgia. Oh, look at my t-shirt, dadgummit. Anyway, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know how much I use this one. It's pretty much in my bag all the time. It's such a crazy shape, but it fits really, really good in my hand. Anyway, so this is the episode 4, hanging out with the Dan Hood stuff. Great job, Dan. I love your work, love your family, and I appreciate all the stuff that you do for the community. You got a big heart. Anyway, thanks, like, subscribe, and hang out. Let's do this again. Who's next? I don't know. Let's think about it. And somebody from outer space, time traveler. Let's see. Anyway, get outside, get happy, be safe, and party. Episode 4. Get happy.